Okay, more interesting breaking news coming in. Sachin Pilot met with Jyotiraditya Scindia in Delhi a short while ago. That's the breaking news that we're getting to you right now. Jyotiraditya Scindia had tweeted just a couple of hours ago to say that he is sad to see Sachin Pilot, his former colleague, being sidelined and persecuted by the Congress party and by Ashok Gehlot. And now we learn that Sachin Pilot had in fact met with Jyotiraditya Scindia a short while ago. Anand Patel with the details on that. Anand, where and when did they meet? Was it today?
Yes, the information what we are getting from our sources is, Shiv, that both leaders have met just a little while ago. Earlier in the day, as you mentioned, Scindia had dropped a hint that Sachin Pilot was being persecuted by his own government and that he was being sidelined. So clearly, in that line of things, both leaders meeting is a very significant development, given the fact that Pilot is incommunicado as far as the Congress leaders are concerned since yesterday after the SOG served that notice to him. Sachin Pilot was very angry. His supporters say that he's been humiliated, and that is the reason why all his supporters, the MLAs and Sachin Pilot came to Delhi. They are lodged in the Mewat Hotel since yesterday. This is what we are being told. And Sachin Pilot went incommunicado. Even the state in charge, Avinash Pandey, went on record a little while ago that he's been trying to reach out to Sachin Pilot, but he's not been able to do so. So clearly, Sachin Pilot not even talking to the state unit in charge is a clear indication of which way he might go. So things are heading a thick and fast shift. And given the fact that at least 12 MLAs are still siding with Sachin Pilot, and they are lodged up in Delhi, in NCR region, is a clear indication that that has forced Gehlot to go for number count. Tonight they are meeting on dinner. It's a head count as to who all MLAs are there with the Gehlot camp, and that is the reason why these three leaders, Avinash Pandey, Randeep Surjewala and Makan, have been rushed in a chartered plane from Delhi to Jaipur to coordinate with the MLAs who are not happy with Gehlot. So last-ditch attempt these are, Shiv, to save the government in Rajasthan by the Congress leadership. But the problem for them is that Sachin Pilot is incommunicado. He's not taking phone calls of even senior party leaders. He had though spoken to Rahul Gandhi yesterday, we are told. He had sought an appointment with Sonia Gandhi, which was denied, and that had further escalated things. And now it looks like as if, it's a repeat of what happened in Madhya Pradesh.
Okay, so these are images from outside Jyotiraditya Scindia's residence. You can see him leaving from his residence with his family there. Didn't stop to offer any kind of a comment, though apparently it is understood, like Anand was just reporting, that Jyotiraditya Scindia met with Sachin Pilot just a short while ago. Rahul, how would you read this meeting? You know, theoretically, this is Sachin Pilot meeting with the enemy side, even though Jyotiraditya Scindia was until very recently in the Congress party, part of the young guard, good friends with Sachin Pilot, another young leader of the Congress party. So in that way, it can't really be seen as meeting with a quote-unquote BJP leader, because it's much more than that. But what would you say about Jyotiraditya Scindia meeting with Sachin Pilot?
Shiv, the meeting happened in Jyotiraditya Scindia's South Delhi home. It lasted for almost 40 minutes. And after that, Pilot left. One inclination clearly that Sachin Pilot is not joining the meeting in Jaipur called by the Chief Minister. That's the first inference we can draw.
Yes.
Because you can't now reach at 9 o'clock in Jaipur. The second very clear indication that this is the first clear contact. A contact between two leaders who are virtually the victims of the same virus.
Yes.
In the Congress party. Jyotiraditya Scindia has already crossed sides, and it is a possibility that Jyotiraditya Scindia, see, at one time, Shiv, I'll tell you something very interesting, that Digvijay Singh, the ex-chief minister of Congress, senior leader in Madhya Pradesh, used to bring Sachin Pilot for campaigning in areas of Guna and Gwalior area. Now that used to miff Jyotiraditya Scindia, because that's his domain, and there is a sizable Gujar vote of the Gujar community in that area, and Sachin Pilot is a prominent leader of that caste.
Yeah.
And that's why there was a bit of a distance between Scindia and Pilot. But yes, they both belong to the same breed of leaders, the second rung, prominent fathers,
Yes.
famous surnames, and they thought that they had a future in politics. They worked hard in their areas, they carved out a niche. Sachin Pilot, as state chief of the Congress party, worked very hard in the assembly election, and they thought that the throne is theirs. But after that, the old guard sidelined both the leaders. Jyotiraditya Scindia had sizable numbers, chipping numbers to bring down the government, so he left. Sachin Pilot may not have the numbers right now, and a lot will depend on which way the tide turns.
Yeah.
But a show of strength is on now. What one can say, by not attending the meeting, Sachin Pilot has showed this is where the line is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Gehlot, by calling a meeting, has displayed, I am out to display the strength. Sachin Pilot or no Sachin Pilot. The Congress party is sending people to test the waters. So what one can say is that clear battle lines seem to be now emerging after a day of skirmishes between the factions. The battle lines are out. Ashok Gehlot out to prove his numbers. Sachin Pilot trying to say that I'm not joining the meeting. Congress party saying we are not talking to Sachin Pilot.
Yes.
We are testing the waters.
Very, very interesting. Anand Patel and Dev Ankur also with us. Anand, coming to you. Let me just summarize for all of our viewers what the battlefield currently looks like. Two cities, Jaipur and Delhi, not very far apart. Let's first tell our viewers who all are sitting in Jaipur right now for the dinner being thrown by Chief Minister Gehlot. Ashok Gehlot camp is there in Jaipur. All his MLAs are there. In addition to Ajay Makan, Randeep Singh Surjewala and Avinash Pandey of the Congress party. The three emissaries of the Gandhis who've been sent there to try and forge some kind of peace. In the national capital in Delhi, you've got Sachin Pilot with some loyalist MLAs of his own who are over here. They've been trying to meet the Gandhis. They were not met. Sachin Pilot was given direct instructions to go back to Jaipur and attend, basically fall in line and bow to the leadership of Ashok Gehlot, a person who he despises politically very, very much. By meeting Jyotiraditya Scindia a short while ago for 40 minutes, Sachin Pilot, as Rahul said, has signaled that forget about going back tonight. He's not going to go tomorrow. We don't know about tonight, but we don't know about tomorrow either. Anand, what is being done right now? Because you're going to have this big gala dinner power projection by Gehlot happening in Jaipur. But here you've got Sachin Pilot, quote unquote, sleeping with the enemy.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, Shiv. That is what the situation has come to now. A day-long, fast-turning activities, we've seen how things turned up. And now what we are witnessing is a completely, Sachin Pilot till yesterday was close to Rahul Gandhi, was close to, the young brigade, as Rahul also pointed out. But now what we are witnessing is the two leaders meeting, Scindia and Sachin Pilot. It's a very clear signal, Shiv, that as Rahul pointed out, that Sachin Pilot is not going to meet Gehlot either today or tomorrow, because he's made his stand very clear that him and his MLAs are going to stay entrenched in Delhi. They are not going to be part of tonight's dinner. Also tomorrow's CLP, which is slated at 10:30 a.m., for which these three emissaries have been sent there. So this is a very clear signal that Sachin Pilot is going to dig his heels in. He's not going to budge, and what he has stood for. Basically, he's been humiliated, and now the costs are very high.
Yeah.
This is what he's trying to, by meeting Scindia, he's trying to give out a very clear signal, and he's not communicating with any of the Congress leaders. So clear signal there from Sachin Pilot that what has happened in the past, he's come time and again to Delhi with complaints about Chief Minister Gehlot, that he's being treated in a stepmotherly manner.
Absolutely.
Even his own department officials are not listening to him.
Yes.
That was embarrassment. But now, after the SOG letter, his own government's police is going to question him. That was a humiliating.
The question now is, Anand, the question now is, can damage control stem the bleeding that is going to continue overnight? Clearly, because Sachin Pilot has signaled that he's not going back tonight. and he has not signaled anything about tomorrow. He's extremely angry with Chief Minister Gehlot. The Gandhis appear to have made their decision as far as Gehlot is concerned in his favor. But what does that mean for Sachin Pilot? This is going to be a game of long daggers playing out in the desert late into tonight, and we will be live with that story right through. Very quick break. Rahul, Devankur and Anand, thank you for being with me. Quick break, much more coming up on the other side.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.